Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this Lenovo G50-45 model 80E3. Alright, this is just going to be a quick video because we're upgrading the hard drive to an SSD, so I'm not going to be completely disassembling, taking out all the screws, but we're going to replace the hard drive with an SSD, and I'll probably show a few other things. Alright, so the battery here, pull these two tabs to the side. This one is spring-loaded, this one it locks, but you got to hold this one out. Once you do that, you can flip it over and pull it out just like that. Battery model, is there one here? Okay, battery model number right there. Tiny text L12L4A02. Okay, so there you go. You can check your own battery for that. Alright, next thing we're going to do, there's only 3 screws on the bottom here. Alright, if this video helps you out, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. If you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you can watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Anyways, you want to keep all the screws in order, so if you're going to take apart a lot of stuff, I do that by putting them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. They had 3 there. Anyways, once you remove those 3 screws, you slide this cover down. I just get my fingernails in the gap here, and then I just pull it down like that. Alright. And there we go, we got the bottom cover off. Also, this is a little bit dusty, so I'm going to clean that. The way I do that, I hold the fan a little bit in place, and then I'll use a toothbrush to kind of brush this. Alright, and then once I brush it all up a little bit, then I'll use an electric air blower to just blow the dust through this way. Again, holding this down, but more firm to try and prevent the fan from spinning too fast. You don't want it going too crazy. If a ball of dust flies out, you don't want it going in the blades and then stopping the fan like right away, because that can damage it. Alright, so there we go. Clean up that, and also same thing with the bottom. I'll brush that off and clean that as well. So let me do that real quick, and I'll be back. See you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back, got it cleaned up. So, next thing we're going to do, we're going to swap the hard drive. If you're going to do this, you do want to either have a way to reinstall Windows on your laptop, or you want to clone your hard drive to the new drive beforehand. So in this case, I cloned the hard drive to an SSD, and we're now just going to swap out the drives. Okay, so after you remove, there were 3 screws here. Okay, then you'll go in here and slide this over just like that, lift it up, carefully pull it straight up. You don't want to accidentally pull this out. There's some adhesive here for some reason, but yeah. All right, there's 4 screws, 2 holding each one of these metal brackets in place. So we're going to take out all those screws. Let me actually zoom out a little bit again. Okay, so we're going to get all these screws out, just like that. Those 2, set that aside, and then these 2. Alright, I'll also show you how to remove the optical disk drive or CD drive. If you really wanted to, you can actually get an adapter to replace the CD drive with a hard drive if you want to use more hard drive space instead of having that as a CD drive. Alright, so we're going to mount the brackets now onto the new drive, the SSD. Okay. Come on, get in there. Okay, just like this. And we're going to loosely fit it first so we can get both screws in. Alright, and then we can go ahead and tighten that down. There, and then we got this one. This bracket, make sure you put it the right way. It has this flat piece that goes over the drive, okay, like this. Usually the SSDs are thinner, so keep that in mind. This part that hangs over the drive is actually going to be free. It's not going to be resting on the drive. So if you're wondering, yes, you are putting it on right. Sorry, you are installing it right. It's just the SSD is thinner, so you have this gap there. Okay. All right, so we'll get that screw in as well. Okay, once you get both screws in, make sure you put it the right way. You can see there's a smaller notch and a wider notch here. The smaller one goes up towards the wireless card here. Okay, so drop that in place, slid back slightly. Oops, make sure the front stays down, and then slide that in. And that's pretty much it. We'll get the 3 screws to hold the hard drive or SSD back in place. Okay, and then that's pretty much it for upgrading to SSD. If you want to install Windows from scratch, then first you want to create a Windows USB installer. You can do that on another computer or on this one if your computer's still working. You just need a USB. I think has to be at least 8 gigs, so get a 16 gig USB or larger, and then you can get the Windows USB installer from Microsoft themselves. To boot from the USB, there's this little one key recovery button. Make sure your computer's off, and then you use a needle or a pin or a pen. Press on that. It'll come up with the screen. You can select the boot options and boot from your USB. Alright, anyways, if you're going to remove the optical disk drive or the CD drive, there's one screw here holding that in place. Okay, after you remove that, it's best if you can get a tool in here and then get behind this metal tab to use that to pull that out. So get in there, and you can see we can push that and it comes out like that. And here is the optical disk drive. This does look like the thinner type, which is about, I think, 9 millimeters or so. So there's a 12 point something millimeter and a 9 millimeter. So make sure if you're going to get the adapter for the hard drive, you get the 9 millimeter one. If you need help finding one, just let me know. I can send you an Amazon affiliate link, and that way I'll make a little something off of you finding it, like a few cents. All right. Anyways, just slide that back in. We'll get this on. The only thing with those hard drive or the hard drive caddies for here, you have to, well, you don't have to, but you'll want to probably transfer over this plastic thing, which is pretty difficult to get out without breaking the clips. So keep that in mind. If you end up trying to pull this out and break the clip, then you're going to have a little gap here. But that gap doesn't really cause any issues. It's just you might end up with one there. And let me show you how you can do that. So you would get a pin to get the CD drive open. You can use a small paper clip like this and get in there. You can pop that out. If you didn't see, there's a little hole there, and that's what you're using to open it. If you can turn on the computer, then that's fine. You can turn it on and do it that way. But there's a little clip here that hooks under here, and then there's some in the middle. So it's really difficult to kind of get this out without damaging it. But if you can like pry up this piece, like in here under this wider area, let me actually zoom in a little bit. So if you can pry up, excuse me, this piece there, then you can get that little clip from under there out, and hopefully you can get it out without damaging it. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the other components. You have the fan here. There's 3 screws, and I believe you can actually take the fan out without taking the whole computer apart. So there's just the 3 screws. You do want to be careful. I don't usually like to take out a bunch of stuff, since the only thing I had to do here was upgrade the hard drive, but I kind of want to see here, and yes, you can take the fan out like that, and then you can get access to here and clean the heatsink. All right. The connector for the fan just comes out by going on the sides of it. There's the wings. Usually I'll just use the wings with my fingernails, and then I'll kind of just wiggle it as I kind of pull, and it pops out just like that. If you're going to replace the fan, make sure that you put it, get the connector in the right way. Black wire is going up towards the battery, and the red wire is going down towards the heatsink and the RAM. Right? Make sure you don't plug it in upside down or flipped over. Okay, we'll get that plugged back in, and then let's get these 3 screws back in. The DC jack, I'm not going to show how to get to that because you have to take the entire laptop apart to get to it. But the nice thing with this model, they made it a little nice for testing. You can actually pull this cable out here, and then you can plug a new one in. So if you just want to test, you can actually take the fan out so you have a little more room, or you can get a little tool to kind of push in this to kind of pull that connector out. And then you can plug in a new charge port to test it externally. If you're going to be like doing it an easy way, you just don't want to take apart your computer, you could technically, I don't know, probably like have it just outside, but then you won't have an easy way to put this cover on. So the cover, since it goes like this and slides on, let me see here. Yeah, it does have like a little clip here. Technically, if you were desperate, you could like just cut a little hole in this thing, and then you can have the cable sticking out here, and you can plug it in that way. Of course, it's not going to be as sturdy because you're going to have the cable sticking out. But if you have no faith in yourself to take it apart, and you just want to do the least risky way possible, you can plug that in, make a little notch in this right over where you want the cable to come out, you probably have to have it coming out somewhere here. So you'll probably have to cut like a slit or something down this. You could technically have that cable sticking outside. But yeah, just make sure to maybe coat it with some hot glue or something to make a housing for it to secure it a lot better, so you're not gonna break the wires or something. Okay, then we got 2 slots for RAM. Okay, I'm only gonna take one out, but you pull the 2 tabs to the side like that, it pops up, and it comes out just like that. This is a 4 gig PC3L 12800S stick of RAM. You should be fine with any PC3L 12800S stick of RAM. So if you want, you can get 2 8 gig sticks and have 16 gigs total. All right. This stick of RAM has some little like corrosion looking stuff on one of the pins, so I'm just gonna kind of wipe it a little. All right. Then we'll get this back in, goes in at an angle, and then I like to kind of pull it in while I'm kind of wiggling it up and down to make sure it goes all the way, and then click that down. Right, same thing with this one, goes up, wiggle it, click it down. All right, so there we go. I think that's it. Oh, the wireless card here, it's this little mini one. All right, if you're gonna pull the wireless antennas out, you go from the tail and just pull straight up. Don't try and pry from the sides or the front over here, okay? You always wanna go from the tail. And you can see there's the gray wire at the white arrow, and then the black wires at the black arrow. All right, and that's pretty much it. We're gonna go ahead and put this thing back together. So just get the cover back on. You do need to start with it slid down slightly, and then slide it back up. All right, use your thumb down there and push that all up into place. All right, and let's get all these screws back in. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, like, comment, subscribe. That really does help a lot, especially interacting with my videos and commenting on them and liking them. And then if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. All right, get this back part in first. And then you just swing it down, click that in, and lock that. All right, again, if you can't contribute that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos, and then again, like and comment on those as well. The more of the video you can watch, the better. If you just watch it for like a second and switch, the algorithm will think they'll consider those fake views, so it won't really do anything. So don't do that, please. I don't know if that will make things worse, but it's best if you can watch more of the video, like at least a couple minutes or so. Anyways, we're gonna press the power button, power it on. We have the SSD in there, it's powering up, and it should boot to the Windows because we already cloned everything over. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. We'll see it come up. Oh, one other thing, when you install an SSD or new hardware, it's always a good idea to restart the computer one time and don't just like let it stop at the regular boot. And also, the screen isn't actually flickering, it's just the refresh rate of the screen is slower than the refresh rate of my camera, and that's why it's giving that flicker, but in person it's not flickering like that. So yeah. All right, so it's booting up, and yeah, we're just gonna do a regular restart one time instead of shutdown, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.